Hi, it's Polly Latofsky here with My Word Publishing, and I am proud to announce our newest author, Miss Cindy Walters, with Simplify to Serve, a blueprint to lead a well-run nonprofit without losing your sanity. So here's a copy of it. And Cindy, could you please give us, in a nutshell, what your book has tackled?
Great. Thanks, Polly. The book was really designed to help executive directors, particularly executive directors of small independent nonprofits, how to simplify. They wear so many hats, and if they're not well organized, they face burnout. And so, what this book was designed for was to put a blueprint, a plan of action together where they could not be the only one that knows the answer to the questions, that everyone was on the same page. And so it really is a blueprint of how to have a well-run agency that will run with or without you. So that, in a nutshell, that is it. And I talk a lot about self-care, because if the executive director doesn't take care of themselves, their agency is not going to be healthy.
Well, call me crazy, but it seems to me that this book should have been written already decades ago. Is there a reason? Is it because of how the nonprofits are run? They don't communicate and they don't all know how to do this? Put me through that process of why that hasn't been done.
I don't know that I know the answer. I think what really brought it to the forefront for me, I had been fortunate enough to be the CEO of the American Red Cross of North Texas for 10 years. Incredible training, support, help was a phone call away. And then I moved to Colorado and became an executive director of a small independent nonprofit that had nothing in place. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, what would I have done if I did not have the background that I did to put those systems in place to help stabilize that organization? Because there's no oversight for the nonprofit. Yes, you've got to stay in compliance with your 501c3, but when I work with a lot of my clients, they're in partial compliance because they don't know what they don't know. And so that's what this book is designed to help them make sure that they are in compliance with the IRS, with their state, making sure that that is a solid organization that can have the stability. Statistically, within 30% of the agencies fail within their first 10 years. They don't make it 10 years. And so I want to help those agencies be able to sustain for a long time.
You've made it very clear to me throughout our process of working together to get this book out, Simplify to Serve, that it was not for people to start a nonprofit. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. A lot of people call me and say, oh, I want to start a nonprofit. If you want to start a nonprofit, I have a referral source that I can give you. But one of my questions that I would really, if somebody says, I want to start a nonprofit, my question is, what is your mission and what do you want to do? And really encourage people to look to see if there is a nonprofit that is similar in nature to what you envision. There's nearly 2 million nonprofits nationwide. And every time a new nonprofit comes on board, it just sliced the donation pie just a little bit thinner. And there's a duplication of efforts and overhead and things like that. So I really encourage people, first look and see if there's an agency out there that is in alignment with what you want to do, and use your passion to help strengthen that organization, because to me that's a win-win. If you say no, there's nobody out there, there are individuals that can give you the resources to get you your 501c3 for the IRS, which is critical if you're going to be a nonprofit.
Can you tell us, your team is right here. Can you tell us how we can help you? Who do you want to get in front of with this book? And also tell us your goal with it. It's admirable. I know what.
All right. All right. So my first question is, I have a lot of friends and they're not in the nonprofit sector. And they say, Cindy, how can I help you? My question to you is, have you ever been involved with an organization? Have you volunteered? Have you made a donation? Maybe you serve on the board. I would challenge you to purchase a book and provide it to the nonprofit You'll be helping the executive director. You'll be helping the organization. You'll be strengthening it far beyond your investment of that single book. If they put the practices into work, it would be amazed at the difference it could make. And so that's a great way for you to do it. And the reason that's so important for me is not just your own, but is to make sure that the word gets out. I would love to have it in the hands of 1,000 nonprofit organizations. I truly would like to help strengthen the nonprofit sector. If it's, kind of like the starfish, one nonprofit at a time, but I really do want to make a difference to the nonprofit sector.
Please help us help Cindy get the word out. You can do that a number of ways. Simplify to Serve. You can either purchase it and give it to an executive director of a small nonprofit. Another way to help her is to make introductions to podcasters that might help her reach a new audience that really needs this information. If you've gotten the book and you've seen how valuable the information is, could you please consider leaving a review on Amazon, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, because those reviews help algorithms. And the more reviews and the more purchases she gets, the algorithm goes up and Amazon starts working on her behalf. So all of those things help. Is there anything else I'm missing, Cindy?
No, that's it. I really am very committed to getting this book out. There's even a course to support it. Some people are great. You can give them a book and direction and they're off and running. Other people need more accountability and support. And so I do have an 8-week course called Closing the Gap. If your organization is here and you want to take it to the next level and close that gap, that's what that course is designed for.
Okay, and where can they find more information on that?
You can go to the website, nonprofitsuccessnetwork.com.
Thank you so much for all the time, expertise, anxiety that probably came with this, not only learning the information, but then writing it and going through the publishing process. But we, the world, appreciate it. So let's come together as a community and help Cindy, help us, help the world with the nonprofit growth and stability. Simplify to Serve.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cindy.
Thanks, Polly.